Hello everyone, my name is Kim. I am the Child Development Specialist here at Lamp Early On, and as you had noticed, for the past 5 weeks I have been talking about typical milestones you would see in your little ones between the ages of 0 to 5. This video will also be a little bit more parent heavy focused. However, instead of talking about your little ones, we are going to be talking about you, the parents / caregivers. So today's video, as you noticed by the title, is all about self-care. I know it's easier said than done, but especially during this time and throughout the past year, it's been very, very stressful for everyone, but more so for the ones that have little ones at home, taking care of little ones at home. It can be very, very difficult, and you can feel like you have no time to yourself. And if I know a lot of parents and caregivers will tell me that they feel guilty anytime they think that they need time for themselves. But however, self-care is not a luxury thing. It's not a selfish thing. It is actually one of the most important things you can do as a parent and a caregiver, just because stress and all of these emotions can really negatively impact your parenting on your child. So by allowing yourself to give yourself a break and a time in for yourself, it's actually not only positively affecting your parenting and your child rearing, it can also set a very positive and good example for your little one on how they should deal with stress and emotions. So making time for yourself is one of the ways that you can self-care by setting aside maybe like a bath or a shower, some yoga, maybe a walk around the block, by prioritizing healthy choices. So really going and getting enough sleep, trying to eat healthy, and all this stuff, and having set aside 20-30 minutes in your day for some exercise, even if that includes taking your little one with you for a walk around the park or the block, especially now that spring and summer is about to set upon us. Setting healthy boundaries is a really, really big one in self-care, especially if you are working from home. Setting that boundary so that you're not constantly checking your email at like 10 o'clock at night, having set up just an area and then all you're doing. And then reconnecting with things that you love. So for me, painting has been one that I've tried to reconnect with. But in today's video, we'll be looking at two specific things that you can do. We will be making do-it-yourself at-home bath bombs, as well as practicing some breathing exercises, and then we will follow the breathing exercises with a very quick 10-minute yoga flow to kind of de-stress and relax your mind and your body. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to be doing a 10-minute de-stress yoga moves that anybody can do, from beginner to people that practice yoga on a daily basis. So this flow will be really great for those that are just under a lot of stress. You can do this in 5 minutes and 10 minutes, but this is just something really quick and easy to do. And you don't need equipment. I have a yoga mat, but if you have a towel works great too. It'll just be easier on your knees is all. So let's get started. First, we're going to be doing some breathing exercises before we actually go into our yoga flow. Sitting on our mats or your towel or the floor or the carpet, and we are going to close our eyes. We're going to close our eyes and we are going to first focus on our breathing. So let's take a big deep inhale, and as we do this, we want to expand our stomach just like a balloon. We're going to do it for a count of 6. And then when we exhale, really sink that stomach back in and breathe out slowly. So let's do that together. So breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we are going to hold it here and exhale through your mouth for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And every time we breathe, I want you to keep your eyes closed, but this time make sure that we're doing a body check as well. So our shoulders should be relaxed, or as relaxed as they can. I know for me, I carry my tension all in my shoulders. So try to relax them as much as you can. And every time you breathe in, you want to think about kind of not tensing, but doing a body check. And every time you breathe out or you exhale, visualize your muscles kind of relaxing into itself even more each time you exhale. And same thing, let's do a body check on your tailbone or your spine. Make sure that your tailbone is tucked in, and that way it'll straighten up your spine even more. So let's make sure your shoulders are relaxed, that tailbone's tucked in, your core is nice and engaged. And we are going to do this breathing exercise 4 times while we have our eyes closed. And remember each time to do a body check and kind of just melt a little bit more each time you exhale. So breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it and exhale through your mouth for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do a quick body check. And we're going to inhale through our nose again. This is round number 2 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it and let everything go. Exhale through your mouth for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do a quick body check, adjust anything that needs to be adjusted. And we're gonna go last time. This is round 4, not 3. Sorry, my bad. So for the 4th and final round, inhale through your mouth for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold it here. Our belly should be big and expanded from the inhale. And exhale through the mouth slowly for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I want you guys to keep that breathing technique in mind as we go through this flow. And like I said, this is a very beginner-friendly flow. So if you are looking for something a little bit more complicated, then this one might not be for you, but it's great for beginners. So now we are going to loosen up our neck, because like I mentioned, I carry all my tension in my shoulders and in my neck, and I know that is a very common a very common place where people carry their tension as well. So we are going to be doing neck rolls while doing that breathing exercise that we did, keeping that in mind. So I'm going to start on my right, and I'm going to roll down very, very slowly. And while we're breathing, while we're doing that deep breathing, remember every time we exhale, we visualize our muscles relaxing just a little bit more. And if you notice, I'm not going back, I'm just going down from side to side. If you go back, you might risk a neck injury even more, especially if you have tension in your neck already. So for today, we're only going side, down to the side, and we're not going back and up. So we're gonna do this here for 4 times. So that was round 1. This is 2. And if you're feeling tightness in the neck, that just means that it is where all your tension is right now. So really focus on that and try to stretch it out as much as you can. This was 3, and our last one. And 4. We're done. So now we are going to be doing the shoulders. We are going to be rolling them backwards 3 times and then forwards 3 times. So we're going to go up and back, and you really, the sensation you want is to feel your shoulder blades pressed together as much as they can. So that was 1. So we're going to go up, back, and down for 2. And up, back, and around for 3. And now let's go forward. So I'm going to go up and forward and down for 1. Up, forward for 2. And up, forward for 3. Alright, so this next one, we are now going to be lying flat on our stomach, and we are going to push up as much as you can, and we're going to hold it here. Remember to do your deep breathing. You should be feeling the stretch around your stomach area and a little bit on your back. Perfect. Let's go down. And now we are going to be going into our tabletop position. So, knees, you want your knee and your thigh kind of perpendicular, as well as your shoulder and your arm should also be in a straight line. And we're going to do cat and cow 3 times. So arch your back, breathe in and out, and go back this way, and curve your back again. Remember to do the deep breathing. And arch your back. Every time you curve your back, look down, relax that neck. And every time you arch your back, kind of look forward, don't look up, just look forward so that you're not straining your neck. Okay, 1 more time each. Remember our breathing technique that we did earlier. Okay. You should really feel that stretch. I'm going to do one more. And again, every time you breathe out, your muscles should just relax a little bit more. And now we are going to go into our downward dog. So tuck your toes in and lift yourself up. And we are going to hold it here. If you're feeling tension in your calf, kind of do like a walkout, like I am. And we're going to hold it here for 3 breaths, 3 deep breaths. Make sure your neck is relaxed. One more deep breath. All right. And now let's walk over to our hands. And we're just going to fold over and dangle here like this. If you want, you can hug your arms like this and just swing back and forth very gently. And we're going to hold it here. Keep your neck relaxed. We're going to hold it here for 5 breaths. Turn here so you guys can see. Make sure you relax your neck. And slowly come up. The neck should be the last thing that comes up. You really want to feel each vertebrae by vertebrae unroll and uncoil very slowly. Especially this way, it prevents a head rush. And now, with our heels together, spread your toes out. Have your arms and palms facing outward, fingers stretched. We're going to pause here and do a body check. You can close your eyes for this if you want. If you want, you can have your one hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach, or you can be out here like this. Make sure that your tailbone is tucked in, as always. Your stomach is engaged. Your shoulders are relaxed and down, and that your toes are spread apart on the mat. And we're going to stay here for a little bit and try to relax. All right, and now we are going to do a lunge and have our arms spread out like this. If you want throughout this whole thing, you can keep your eyes closed. And we're going to stay here for a few breaths. When you breathe in, come up a little, and when you breathe out, sink just a little bit more into your position. And now let's reach down, back into our downward dog. And if you notice this time, you shouldn't be as tense as the first time we did our downward dog. Keep your neck relaxed. Again, if you need to walk it out, you can do so. And now let's go into our plank position. And we're going to drop down. And we're going to go back to this position, the Sphinx position. So really push up as much as you can. And relax into this. So as we are breathing throughout our flow, as you inhale, you want to kind of either not tense, but relax a little bit. And then as you exhale, you sink deeper into whatever position that you are in. We're going to do one more deep breath here. And now we're going to push off and into child's pose. So my feet are together, my knees are apart, and I have my arms stretched out, neck relaxed, and you just want to sink into this. Take a few deep breaths here. Slowly, if you want, you can either lie down in whatever comfortable position you are in. You can sit up, whatever is comfortable for you. We are going to be doing our last and final body check. So your shoulders or wherever you were holding your tension should be a little bit more relaxed. Let's close our eyes. Also, congratulate ourselves for giving us our space to do a 5-minute or a 10-minute or a 15-minute yoga flow for yourself. And that is a very quick yoga flow. So congratulate yourself for giving yourself a much needed break. You can do this every day. You can do this as many times in the week as you need to. It could be once a week. It could be once a month, once a day, 3 times a day. I like to do this right in the morning to kind of kickstart the day. But you know, sometimes if the day is really stressful, I'll do it again at night right before bedtime too. Kind of relaxes all the muscles and it's a good stretch. But you can do this and extend it by doing it for longer. You can add in your own relaxation, own stretches. Just make sure that at the end of it, you kind of do your own body check, whether you are lying down or sitting up, to give yourself that much needed evaluation of where you are stress-wise, physically, all that fun stuff. The next thing we're going to do, we are going to be making homemade bath bombs. A lot of the recipes call for citric acid, but if you're like me and you don't have citric acid around, this is the recipe for you. So it's very simple. I have in here half a cup of baking powder that is aluminum free. I have in here, it is half a tablespoon of coconut oil that I've already melted, and we are going to need 3/4 tablespoon of lemon juice, or apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar will actually work the best, but I didn't have any, so I am using lemon juice today. Also very optional, you can add a couple of drops of essential oils into the oil, but I'm allergic to essential oils, so I won't be using that today. So in my bowl, I already have half a cup of baking powder. I'm gonna pour in the coconut oil and optional a couple of drops of the essential oils. So I'm gonna pour all of that in there, and I'm going to mix it all up. I'm gonna try and coat as much of the baking powder as I can with the oil. And now we're gonna add in three-quarter tablespoon of the lemon juice. This is the part where you're gonna wanna work quick. So as soon as you pour the lemon juice into the mixture, you are going to want to mix very fast and very vigorously. So I'm gonna get ready because it is gonna start fizzing right away. And so you want to mix and stir as quickly as you can. And the texture that you're going for is like wet sand. So that is the texture that you want. If you find it's still a little dry, you can go ahead and add in some more coconut oil. You don't have to use coconut oil. You can use olive oil, sunflower oil. I'm using coconut oil just because I'm not putting in any essential oils. And it holds. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's holding. So I'm going to take my mold now, and I have, these are ice tray molds that I have. But you don't have to use molds. You can shape this by hand if you don't have any. So the mold didn't work out for me. So I'm just gonna pack it by hand instead. And I'm gonna do one big bath bomb that I'm gonna pack. So. And there is my bath bomb, and it's pretty, you can use it immediately, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so I have a bowl of water here that is going to simulate a bath, and I have my bath bomb that I had created, and see, it is nice and fizzly. So give this a try the next time you're thinking of getting a bath bomb. You can easily do it yourself with 3 easy main ingredients. You can add color, but it's not going to be food coloring. You're going to want to use soap coloring and any essential oils that you want. Lavender is a really good one. But as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but it is definitely fizzing, so it is working quite well. And because of the lemon juice, ooh, it smells good, and the coconut oil. So thank you so much for joining me on today's video. I hope you guys took out a couple of things from this video, and if you try the bath bombs at home, let me know how they turned out, if you added color, if you added essential oils into them. As always, if you ever need to reach out, my contact information is in the description box, but our general early on contact information is also in that description box below as well. Make sure to like our videos, follow us on Facebook, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you all next week. Bye everyone.